All right, time for the fun part of the week, the best bets. Let's see if we can't make a little bit of money in this week 12. Only 3 games I'm looking at this week, but for what it's worth, I do feel very strongly about all 3. Let's get to them all now quickly, starting with the San Diego Chargers going on the road to face their division rival Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City, a 4-point favorite on BETDAQ. I am on the Chargers here. I realize San Diego's 4-6. They've lost 3 straight games, but they're an unusual team. All 3 of their recent losses have been very competitive. They've all been decided by 1 score. And the Chargers always seem to play well against good teams. They're 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against teams with winning records. They have a very good offense. They're 4th in the NFL in pass yards per game. And they're better than you would think defensively. San Diego currently ranks 11th in points allowed. And the Kansas City Chiefs do not have a particularly good offense. The Chiefs 24th in total offense, 27th in passing offense. They're one of only 6 NFL teams to average fewer than 200 pass yards per game. Because of that, they have trouble putting teams away, even inferior teams. That's why they play a lot of close games. 3 of Kansas City's 5 home wins this season have been decided by 6 points or fewer. I just think 4 points might be too many in this situation. Not sure the Chargers are going to win this game outright, even though I think they have a chance to do just that. But I do think this game is going to be very close. I look for a close, low-scoring game. I like San Diego +4. Only reason I'm not going under 41.5 is because that Kansas City defense, a ball-hawking unit, it gets after the quarterback, 2nd in the NFL in sacks. So I worry they might create some turnovers and there might be some maybe defensive points scored here, or the defenses could set the offenses up for some short fields. So staying off the under there, but I am on San Diego +4. Next game I'd like to talk about, the Chicago Bears going on the road to face the St. Louis Rams. St. Louis, a 1-point favorite on BETDAQ. Really like the Rams to cover in this spot. St. Louis coming off a bye. In their last game, they beat the Indianapolis Colts 38-8. I think that might have turned around their season. Now, I'm not saying the Rams are going to make a playoff run. I think they've dug themselves too deep a hole at 4-6. What I am saying is I think the Rams are going to be a different team over the next 6 weeks than they were over the first half of the season. They've returned to the power running game on offense. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact they lost their starting quarterback, Sam Bradford, to injury, so it's come out of necessity. But rookie running back Zach Stacy has emerged. Right now, he's one of the better running backs in the NFC. And the Chicago Bears, 31st in the NFL in rushing defense. We saw what happened the last time the Rams played a team that has trouble stopping the run. The Indianapolis Colts, 28th in the league in rushing defense, and the Rams ran it right down their throat in that 38-8 win. I think it's going to be a very similar scenario here against Chicago. The Bears, like we said, next to last in the league in rushing defense. They're also 26th in points allowed. Bears have been good on offense this season, but Josh McCown starting at quarterback. Even though McCown's been pretty good in relief of Jay Cutler, the offensive production has dipped with him under center. The Bears topped 30 points 4 times with Cutler at quarterback, including scoring over 40 twice. They have yet to score 30 with McCown under center. St. Louis defense coming around. This is a good young secondary. I expect them to play well against the Chicago offense. I think the Rams are going to win this game fairly convincingly. I think they're a great bet as a 1-point favorite. Final bet I like on this Week 12, the Houston Texans, a 10-point favorite over the Jacksonville Jaguars. I do think Houston's going to cover this number. Listen, situationally, this is a no-brainer. It's either a Houston play or no play at all. The Texans have lost 8 straight games. They're in total disarray. Their coach hadn't been on the sideline since his on-field stroke a few weeks ago. Shuffling quarterbacks. Case Keenum going to get the start here again, but Keenum was benched in favor of Matt Schaub in the second half of their loss to Oakland last week. So all seems to be going wrong in Houston, yet they are a 10-point favorite here. Not surprisingly, Jacksonville, a very popular public bet. I think Houston is going to cover this number easily. Whenever you see something like this, it just seems unusual. It seems like in sports betting, the unusual side comes out on top more often than not. When I saw Houston was a double-digit favorite here, when I saw the public was all over the Jacksonville Jaguars, boy, I really got a strong feeling this game was going to be a blowout, and I think it is. The Texans lead the NFL in yards allowed. They also lead the NFL in passing defense. So they've been playing very well on the defensive side of the ball throughout the season. The Jags last in the league in yards per game, points per game. This is a punchless, terrible offense that now that they don't have Justin Blackmon, they really don't have anything on the offensive side of the ball. They have not been able to run it this year. Big problems on the offensive line. Cecil Short's now their number 1 wide receiver, but Chad Henne was only able to find him once last week against Arizona. And Houston, as we said, leads the NFL in passing defense. So I think this is an excellent spot for a Houston play. I think they're going to take out a season's worth of frustration against the hapless Jaguars in Houston on Sunday. I do like Houston -10. There you have it. 3 games, only 3 games this week, but again, 3 good ones. I like San Diego +4 on the road in Kansas City. I like the St. Louis Rams -1 at home against Chicago. And I like the Houston Texans -10 at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I wish you best of luck this week in whatever you decide to do, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interests.